we're fortunate that the headlines have created, like Kemba said, a space in which we can start to talk about something that's been going on. But it's also not about guilt or innocence for us. I have no position on whether or not Young Thug or any other person on trial is guilty or innocent. But I do have a very firm position on whether or not lyrics made in a creative context can then be taken by a prosecutor, mischaracterized, collapsed from being an art form into what they call autobiography evidence, with a total disregard for the cultural context in which those lyrics were made.
I talked about how timely this is. We have Young Thug currently on trial in Atlanta, and Lifestyle and some other lyrics from YSL songs were used. When that happened, what were y'all's feelings?
We were making the documentary and we're putting the documentary together before Young Thug was arrested. And then as soon as he was arrested, all of a sudden a story that we had been trying to get made for a long time suddenly had a space to be made. So for us, when it comes to Young Thug, it's not just about that court case. Is actually about the hundreds and potentially thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of cases which are not heard, artists who don't have the support to fight what is the most expensive trial, a criminal trial, that you could possibly have to endure.
You know, I wanted to do this because I've been doing everything I know how to do to raise awareness about this. And we met through a mutual friend, colleague, one of the producers of the film, Sam Widows. When we all got together, we saw a real opportunity to tell this story, not just based upon, you know, cases in the headlines, but really to look at this historically and to put it in what I think is a really important context that I think many people don't understand. And so I'm really hopeful that this will help raise awareness so that we can push for real change.
Kemba, you're a rapper. Yeah. Are you becoming more and more vocal when it comes to talking about how this is something we need to pay attention to, and like JM said, something that's been going on for years when it comes to the legal system attacking black art using lyrics?
Yeah, totally, especially with this. What I find funny is a lot of artists sort of know that it's happening, you know, it's sort of in the back of our minds. It feels like there's nothing that we can really do. If we were to sort of police ourselves, that would, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that in the music. You know, when we listen to music, we want to hear the person speaking freely and boldly. And so I feel like just we're trying to create the space where we can do that. You know?
What was it like working with Killer Mike on this and making sure that Killer Mike was also a part of this?
Killer Mike has been a really consistent advocate in this space. I've been working with him on various things, but primarily this issue for close to a decade now. And so our goal here, it wasn't about star power, but Mike was somebody who did bring celebrity, but more than that, he was almost a necessity because he has been so outspoken about this. He wrote the foreword to the book that I co-authored, Rap on Trial. Yeah. Having him there, I think, really elevated this, and also to some extent gave him, you know, it was our way of acknowledging all the work that he's put in up until this point.